Have you ever stopped to think that at this very moment, there could be a version of you living a completely different reality? Imagine an alternative version of yourself, observing every decision you make, every thought that crosses your mind, and even the choices you didn't make. What if this version were trying to communicate with you, sending signals through intuitions, dreams, or even those coincidences that seem inexplicable? The idea of parallel realities might sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but there is a basis for us to reflect on this. Quantum physics suggests that the universe is far more complex than what we perceive. Instead of a single fixed reality, we are surrounded by a sea of infinite possibilities. Every choice we make, no matter how small it seems, can align us with a new reality. It's as if, with each decision, we create a fork in the road that places us on a unique path within a constantly expanding multiverse. But what does this mean for your practical life? Think that, in each of these realities, there's a version of you. Some of these versions may be facing very challenging situations, while others have already reached a level of fulfillment, success, or wisdom that you might aspire to achieve. And all these versions share something essential: an invisible connection to the you who is here and now. What if you could learn to access this connection? Imagine the wealth of knowledge that could be transmitted to you by these alternative versions. Perhaps one version of you has already overcome the fears and doubts you're facing today and is living the life of your dreams. Or, who knows, there might be a version that has managed to align with the flow of the universe, finding harmony, purpose, and fulfillment in all areas of life. These versions aren't separate from you. They are like reflections of possibilities that you can still explore and incorporate into your own journey. Exploring this connection with your parallel versions is much more than a matter of curiosity. It's a powerful tool for personal transformation. When you start paying attention to the messages that might be coming through, whether via intuition, synchronicities, or even inexplicable feelings, you open the door to a new way of living. This opening not only expands your perception, but it also helps bring clarity about the choices that truly matter. For example, let's say you feel a deep desire to pursue a new career or develop a skill that has always fascinated you. Perhaps this impulse is the influence of a version of you that is already living that reality and experiencing the joy of expressing that talent. By paying attention to this call, you not only expand your possibilities but also align energetically with that version, incorporating aspects of it into your life. The most interesting part is that, by connecting with these parallel versions, you significantly transform your own reality. This happens because by aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with what these versions have to teach, you become a bridge between the present and your highest potential. You begin to access a field of infinite possibilities, where the limitations that once seemed insurmountable start to fade away. This process is not just about achieving goals or solving problems. It's an invitation to expand your consciousness and realize that life is much broader than what we can see or touch. It's a journey of self-discovery, where every step you take towards alignment with these parallel versions brings more clarity, purpose, and fulfillment. By accessing this wisdom, you realize that you are not just living a reality, you are co-creating your existence. The messages from these parallel versions are not just advice or inspiration, they are reminders of who you can become. And as you integrate these lessons into your life, you begin to shape a version of yourself that reflects your fullest potential. In the end, the true magic lies in the internal transformation this process provides. It's not just about achieving external goals, but about awakening to the immense power you carry within you. Every conscious decision you make, every step taken on this journey, not only connects you with your best version but also resonates with the universe as a whole. So if you're ready to explore this dimension of infinite possibilities, remember, it all starts with the openness to listen to the signals, trust the intuitions, and make space for transformation to happen. The reality you desire already exists. It's up to you to decide if you want to tune into it and bring it into the here and now. Additionally, nightmares can also be important signs. They might represent fears or blocks preventing you from accessing your true potential. Instead of dismissing them as something negative, see them as an opportunity to understand which parts of your life need attention and healing. So, How do you strengthen this connection with your parallel versions? A great start is to create a practice of recording your experiences. Keep a dream journal and note both your dreams and the synchronicities you notice in your daily life. Over time, you'll begin to identify recurring patterns and messages. These notes can serve as a map, guiding you toward more conscious decisions aligned with who you truly want to be. Another powerful tool is meditation. It helps calm the mind, creating space for subtle messages to emerge. During meditation, visualize yourself connecting with these parallel versions, as if establishing a dialogue with them. Ask what they have to teach or what advice they can offer. With practice, you may even start receiving clear insights like ideas, images, or sensations. Recognizing and interpreting these signs is more than a spiritual or mental exercise. It's a step toward a life more aligned with your true purpose. When you start acting on the messages you receive, whether through dreams, synchronicities, or intuitions, you realize that reality is not fixed. It is malleable, fluid, and responds to the energy you emit. And as you align with versions of yourself that are already living your greatest potentials, you begin to realize that you are not alone in this process. There's an infinite field of possibilities waiting to be explored. These versions of yourself are there, ready to share wisdom and guide your path. All you need to do is pay attention, trust the signs, and act with courage. So the next time something seems like a mere coincidence, or you wake up from an especially vivid dream, stop and reflect. Is it just chance? Or is it a message from the universe, or rather, from a parallel version of yourself showing you the way? What if parallel versions of yourself were trying to communicate with your current self? Imagine for a moment that there are different realities where you live alternative lives. In some, you've already overcome challenges you're facing today. In others, you're following paths you may not have even considered. These parallel versions might be sending subtle signs and messages, often hidden in coincidences and seemingly random events, trying to guide you toward decisions that align more with your purpose. A clear example of this are synchronicities, those coincidences that seem to be more than mere chance. Imagine you're thinking about changing careers. Suddenly, you start noticing patterns. Maybe a logo or a specific word repeatedly appears in ads, social media posts, or even in casual conversations with friends. These signs could be messages from a version of yourself in another reality, where this change has already happened successfully. It's as if that version is telling you, look in this direction, this could be important for you. These signs serve as an invitation for you to pay more attention to what's around you. They might reveal opportunities or paths your subconscious hasn't yet noticed, but are deeply aligned with what you truly want. The more aware you are of these patterns, the more prepared you'll be to recognize the messages and act on them. Another powerful way of connecting with these parallel realities occurs during dreams. Dreams are much more than simple stories created by the mind while we rest. They can be true windows to other dimensions of existence. Think of vivid dreams, those that feel so real you almost believe you've lived them. These dreams may be manifestations of experiences that a version of you is experiencing in another reality. Have you ever wondered about the true nature of the reality we live in? What seems like a linear existence, made up of choices and sequential events, may actually be just a small fraction of something much bigger and more complex. Quantum physics offers us an intriguing perspective, suggesting that the universe operates within a field of infinite possibilities. The concept of quantum superposition, for example, reveals that subatomic particles can exist in multiple states at once, until an interaction collapses them into a single reality. This idea not only challenges our traditional understanding of the world, but also suggests that all possible realities already coexist simultaneously. In other words, while we live this version of our reality, there are countless other versions, happening in parallel, all influenced by our choices, thoughts, and energy. This connection between science and spirituality leads us to a powerful reflection. What if there are versions of ourselves living completely different realities? Each of these versions reflects an aspect of our infinite potential, exploring alternative paths we may never have considered. Although these realities may seem separate, they are not isolated. On the contrary, they are all interconnected by something essential: consciousness. Our consciousness acts as a bridge between these parallel dimensions. It is possible that alternative versions of ourselves are constantly trying to communicate, sending signals and messages that, if interpreted correctly, may offer valuable insights into our lives. These signals can come in unexpected forms, often unnoticed amid the rush of daily life. But how can we identify these signals? Let's start with an experience many of us have had: déjà vu. That inexplicable feeling that you've already lived a situation before, even though you know this isn't possible within the linear logic of time. While many theories try to explain déjà vu as a simple error of the brain, another fascinating view is that it could be a glimpse of a parallel version of your reality. For a brief moment, the barriers between these dimensions dissolve, allowing you to access fragments of an experience that another version of you has already lived. And how do you connect with these parallel versions of yourself? It all starts with awareness. The first step is to open your mind to the possibility that these realities exist. Meditation, for example, can be a powerful tool to tune your energy with other dimensions. When you silence your mind and focus on your deepest intentions, you create a space to receive signals, insights, or even sensations that seem to come from a place beyond your everyday experience. Also, pay attention to synchronicities. Often, what you call a coincidence might be a reminder that a version of you is trying to get your attention. Perhaps you feel a sudden desire to explore a new skill, change careers, or seek a new purpose. These impulses may be a form of communication from a version of you that has already walked this path and found happiness and fulfillment. The impact of integrating these messages is immense. When you begin to act according to the signs you receive, you are, in fact, aligning your frequency with a higher version of yourself. This alignment not only transforms the way you perceive your life, but it also opens new doors of possibilities. It's as if you are tuning into a clearer radio station, where the answers you seek start to appear more easily. And here's the most powerful point. By aligning with these parallel versions, you are not just changing your current reality, but also impacting all other versions of yourself. The vibration you emit now reverberates through the universal field, influencing what you attract and create. It's a true dance of energy, where every step you take is reflected across all dimensions. This process is not just about external changes, it's a journey of self-discovery and expansion. You begin to realize that your reality is shaped not just by external circumstances, but primarily by your internal choices, your thoughts, feelings, and intentions. By understanding this, you become the conscious creator of your life, able to choose which version of yourself you wish to manifest in the here and now. Therefore, when you feel that inner calling, that desire to change, or that sudden inspiration, know that it could be a sign from a parallel dimension. The key is to trust this process, listen carefully, and allow yourself to explore the possibilities it offers. It's not about escaping the present reality, but expanding it, connecting with the fullness of what you are in all your dimensions. In the end, what matters is the growth you experience along the way. It doesn't matter where you are now or what challenges you're facing. There's always a version of you that has already found the answers you're looking for. And by opening yourself to this connection, you not only unlock your true potential, but also discover that you are part of something much bigger, a universe where all versions of you coexist in harmony, waiting to be discovered. Today, we will explore a fascinating and transformative topic: how to identify the signs that your parallel version might be sending to you, and more importantly, how to consciously communicate with it. This could be the first step towards unlocking a life more aligned with your purpose, more abundant and more aware of your true potential. But what are parallel realities after all? In essence, it's the idea that the universe is not singular and linear, as we often believe, but rather a vast multidimensional field where infinite versions of ourselves coexist. Every decision you make, every thought that crosses your mind generates a new branching in this field. It's as if each choice creates a reflection of yourself in another dimension, living a life based on that specific line of decision or vibration. From a spiritual perspective, this means that parallel realities are the fruit of universal consciousness. Our mind, emotions, and intentions act as a kind of projector, creating alternative versions of our existence. Every time you choose a path, one version of you experiences that scenario, while other versions follow different trajectories based on the options you didn't choose. It's an infinite game of possibilities, where all versions of you are connected by an invisible web, created by the energy of your consciousness. But how does this impact your practical life? Think about this. Maybe right now, there is a version of you who has already achieved that goal that today seems distant. A version that overcame its fears, embraced its true essence, and is living the life of its dreams. On the other hand, there may be versions facing extreme challenges, reflecting choices or energetic patterns that you can avoid or learn to overcome. The most interesting part is that these versions of you are not isolated. They are interconnected energetically, which means it's possible to access the teachings and experiences they carry. Often this happens subtly, through intuitions, dreams, or even that inexplicable feeling of déjà vu. They are like messages from parallel dimensions, guiding you to make decisions or explore paths that might lead you to a state of greater alignment and fulfillment. Tuning into your infinite potential, the journey of vibrational adjustment. Have you ever stopped to think about the incredible possibility of connecting with other versions of yourself, living parallel realities? These versions, who have already achieved dreams, overcome challenges, or found inner peace, could be the key to unlocking new levels of personal growth. The question is, how can you access this connection? It all starts with adjusting your energetic vibration, the energy that shapes reality. The universe is pure energy, and everything that exists vibrates at different frequencies. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions create an energetic signature that resonates with specific realities. Imagine that each parallel version of you, whether prosperous, harmonious, or in learning, operates on a unique vibrational state. To access these realities, you need to align your frequency with the version of yourself you want to manifest. Understanding the vibrational states of parallel realities. Each vibrational state can be understood as a radio channel. Your consciousness is the tuner, and your energetic frequency determines which channel you access. For example, the version of you living in abundance and balance is vibrating at a higher frequency, attracting experiences that reflect that energy. A version of you facing challenges might be at a lower frequency. The good news is that your frequency is not fixed. It can be consciously adjusted. How to raise your vibrational frequency. Raising your vibration is an active process that begins with transforming your mindset and habits. Everything you do, from the thoughts you cultivate to the actions you take, contributes to shaping your energy. Here are some practical strategies to raise your frequency and align with higher versions of yourself. Practice daily gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for adjusting your vibration. When you recognize and appreciate the blessings in your life, your energy expands and attracts more positive experiences. Try starting or ending your day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Over time, this simple practice can completely transform your perspective. Forgiveness and compassion. Emotions like resentment and anger block energy and keep you stuck at lower frequencies. Practicing forgiveness, both for yourself and others, releases these emotional ties, allowing your energy to flow freely toward more harmonious versions of yourself. Intentional visualization. During meditation or moments of calm, imagine yourself living as the version of you that you wish to become. See yourself in detail. How do you act, feel, and think in that reality? By immersing yourself in this visualization, with emotional intensity, you create an energetic bond with that parallel version, bringing it closer to your present experience. Intuition, in turn, is one of the clearest signs of this interdimensional connection. We all have experienced that inner voice guiding us in certain situations, even when there is no apparent logical reason. But what if this intuition is not just an instinct, but a direct communication from a parallel version of yourself? This other version of you, who has already walked the path you are about to take, may be sending messages to help you make decisions more aligned with your purpose. For example, You might feel an inexplicable need to change something in your life, a relationship, a job, or even a habit. This impulse could be a reflection of a version of yourself that has already experienced this transformation and is transmitting this experience to help you evolve. It's as if this part of you is saying, "Trust, this is the next step." Sudden changes in behavior can also indicate this connection. Perhaps out of nowhere you feel like adopting a new habit, learning a skill, or changing aspects of your routine. Initially, this might seem strange or unexplained, but upon reflection, you realize that these transformations align with what you want to become. This change could be the result of a direct influence from a parallel version of yourself that has already incorporated these behaviors. For example, imagine you start becoming interested in meditation or spiritual practices, something you never had interest in before. It might be that a version of yourself, living in a reality where these practices are part of your daily life, is projecting this energy into your current consciousness. These signs, dreams, feelings of displacement, intuitions, and behavioral changes have something in common. They all point to the existence of an interconnection between realities. They show that although our lives seem linear, there is a hidden depth, a web of parallel possibilities that influence our current experience. To strengthen this connection and better understand these messages, it's essential to cultivate awareness and presence in the moment. Practices like meditation, dream journaling, and even moments of silence can help enhance your sensitivity to these signs more clearly. After all, each sign you receive may be an invitation to align with a higher version of yourself. When you recognize these moments and act on them, you begin to consciously transform your reality. It's not just about hearing the messages, but integrating them, allowing them to guide your choices and bring you closer to your fullest potential. These connections between parallel realities remind us that our existence goes far beyond what we perceive on the surface. By exploring and understanding these experiences, you not only discover more about who you are, but also unlock new paths for growth and evolution. So the next time you feel a déjà vu, a strong intuition, or a sense of displacement, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what message is this experience trying to bring me? Maybe it's the universe, or rather a version of yourself, trying to show you the way to a more aligned and fulfilling future. Have you ever caught yourself questioning the nature of your experiences and sensations that sometimes seem to make no sense? Often, moments of displacement, strong intuitions, or inexplicable changes in behavior can be more than just simple reactions to everyday life. These phenomena might be clues to a deeper connection with parallel versions of yourself, living different realities. Dreams, for example, are one of the most intriguing ways to access these hidden messages. When you dream, your mind transcends the boundaries of space and time, diving into a dimension where the limitations of physical reality disappear. These dreams can bring images, emotions, or scenarios that seem so real that you wake up feeling like you lived something somewhere else. The key to interpreting these dreams is introspection. Taking a moment right after waking up to reflect on the details and symbolic meanings can reveal profound messages. Meditation is also a powerful tool to capture the essence of what was experienced in the dream state. Another common experience is the feeling of being displaced, as if the reality around you is not exactly right. These moments, often described as temporary disconnection, can happen suddenly. Perhaps you are in a familiar place, but for some reason, everything seems a little out of place. It's as if the environment around you is being filtered through another lens, or as if you are in a lapse between different realities. These episodes can be interpreted as signs that you are momentarily tuned into a parallel version of yourself. Perhaps your consciousness has accessed, for a brief moment, the perception of an alternative reality. These disconcerting moments are opportunities for reflection. Where are you now, and where could you be if you had made different choices? Another example is synchronicities, those coincidences that seem so aligned with the moment that it's hard to believe they're random. Imagine, for example, thinking about a friend you haven't seen in years, and then immediately receiving a message from them. Or maybe you repeatedly see numbers like 1111, 2222, or other patterns that catch your attention. These events might be more than mere coincidences. They could be messages from a parallel version of you, guiding you toward a specific choice or path. These synchronicities serve as reminders that the universe operates on levels beyond our conscious perception. And more, they show that parallel realities are connected in profound ways, allowing the experiences of one dimension to influence the other. This flow of information often happens through intuition. You know that feeling that you should take a different path, even without a logical reason? Perhaps it's a version of you who has already walked that path, trying to signal which decision would be more aligned with your greater good. But what can we do to strengthen this connection and recognize the signs more clearly? The first step is to develop awareness of the present moment. When you slow down and pay attention to the details around you, you begin to notice patterns that previously went unnoticed. Meditation, for example, is a powerful tool to expand your sensitivity to these messages. It allows you to tune your mind to more subtle frequencies, creating space to receive insights from parallel versions of yourself. Another important practice is keeping a journal to record experiences like déjà vus, synchronicities, or strong intuitions. Over time, you'll begin to identify recurring patterns and messages. These records can become a practical guide for interpreting the signals that come to you. Why is this so important? Because by aligning with these parallel versions, you access a potential that goes beyond what you imagined to be possible. It's like opening a portal to your wiser self, one who has already overcome challenges you are facing now, or who lives in harmony with the universe. This communication not only broadens your perspective, but it also helps you make decisions that are more in line with your life's purpose. And by integrating these messages, you begin to realize that reality is much more fluid than it appears. Every conscious choice you make is like a quantum collapse, shaping the version of reality you experience. When you act in alignment with these messages, you're not just living in the present. You're co-creating a more meaningful life, aligned with the highest possibilities of your being. In the end, exploring the idea of parallel realities is not just a philosophical or scientific curiosity. It's a practical path of transformation, where you discover that you have the power to navigate between the infinite versions of yourself. Every sign, every intuition, every synchronicity is an invitation to expand your consciousness and take an active role in building a richer, fuller, and more connected reality. So, how about paying more attention to the signs life is sending you? After all, it may be your higher self trying to show you the way to your highest potential. The power of daily routines to sustain high vibrations. In addition to these practices, creating daily routines that sustain your elevated energy is essential. This includes regular meditation. Meditation not only calms the mind but also tunes you into more subtle and elevated frequencies. During the practice, visualize yourself crossing a portal into a parallel version where you are already living your ideal life. Allow yourself to absorb that energy. Physical activity. Movement is vital for releasing energetic blockages. Whether through yoga, dance, walking, or any activity you love, exercise contributes to a clearer mind and a more vibrant energy field. Conscious eating. What you consume directly affects your vibration. Prioritize fresh, natural, and nutritious foods, avoiding those that weigh down the body's energy, such as processed foods or those high in sugar. Intentional choice of words and thoughts. Your words and thoughts have power. They are the initial manifestation of the energy you emit. Cultivate positive affirmations and eliminate negative self-talk that sabotages your vibration. Intention as the bridge between you and your best version. Simply practicing all these actions mechanically is not enough. The key is conscious intention. Every thought, action, and emotion should be directed with the purpose of aligning your energy with the version of yourself you wish to embody. Visualize each habit as a step on a bridge that connects your present reality to your highest potential. Exploring other realities. Through meditation is one of the most powerful tools to access parallel realities. When you enter altered states of consciousness, the barriers between the different versions of yourself become more tenuous. Use this time to visualize and feel what it would be like to live in the reality you wish to experience. Imagine yourself immersed in an environment of peace, prosperity, or harmony, allowing yourself to fully experience these emotions. Over time. This practice will not only align your vibration but also attract these experiences into your life, transforming every moment into a step toward your potential. Every decision you make, every practice you adopt, and every thought you cultivate is an opportunity to align your vibration with your best version. This process is continuous and requires consistency, but the results are transformative. Gradually, you will notice that you are building a solid bridge between the present and the desired future. Discover the power of synchrony with the universe. When you begin to vibrate at higher frequencies, something magical happens. You attract synchronicities. These meaningful coincidences become more frequent, as if the universe is conspiring in your favor. You will notice that opportunities arise at the right moment, the right people enter your life, and paths once hidden reveal themselves. 2. Journey of vibrational adjustment is a deep transformation, where you stop being a passive observer of life and become the conscious creator of your reality. By adjusting your energy and aligning with your higher versions, you not only manifest a more fulfilling life, but also discover your infinite power to co-create with the universe. The importance of awareness in daily life. To transform your reality and reach new dimensions of your potential, it is essential to cultivate a deep level of perception and awareness. Without this, even the best practices of manifestation or personal expansion can become mere superficial gestures. Self-awareness is the foundation that allows you to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the frequency you wish to emit, creating a solid base for any transformation. However, being self-aware requires deliberate effort. Often our automatic thoughts and reactive emotions create negative patterns that keep us stuck in realities we don't wish to experience. The first step to breaking this cycle is the practice of self-observation. Dedicate a few minutes of your day to reflect on how you're feeling and what thoughts are dominating your mind. Ask yourself, are these thoughts and emotions aligned with the version of myself I wish to be? The power of conscious adjustment. If the answer is no, this is a golden opportunity. Consciously adjusting these patterns is like tuning an instrument to play the right melody. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones and, more importantly, focus on the emotion behind these thoughts. After all, it's not just what we think that creates our reality, but the emotional energy we carry with those thoughts. This energetic adjustment creates space for something extraordinary, the perception of signs and messages coming from deep, mysterious, and often unknown places. But interpreting these messages requires practice, intuition, and a keen eye for details. Recognizing the signs around you. When we begin to open ourselves up to these signs, the first reaction may be doubt or even disbelief. It's common to question whether a déjà vu, a recurring dream, or a meaningful coincidence is just a product of chance. But what if it's not? What if these signs are clues from parallel versions of ourselves, offering valuable guidance on our current path? Consider, for example, dreams that repeat frequently, or feel so real that you wake up with the sensation of being in another place. These dreams may not just be products of your subconscious, but a glimpse of a reality where a version of you is already living something you wish to manifest. These dreams can act as a map, offering directions to align your life with what is most authentic to you. Another powerful sign is synchronicities, those coincidences that seem too perfect to ignore. Frequently encountering the same numbers, symbols, or events might be the universe's way of getting your attention. Imagine you are trying to decide on a new project or relationship, and suddenly you start seeing the word or a symbol related to what's on your mind. These experiences are like whispers from a parallel reality, reminding you that everything is connected. Unraveling the meaning of these signs. Interpreting the signs requires mindfulness and trust in your intuition. One of the most common mistakes is ignoring or dismissing unusual experiences as mere coincidences. Instead, adopt the practice of writing them down. Keep a journal where you record dreams, synchronicities, intuitions, and persistent feelings. Over time, patterns may emerge, offering clarity on what these messages are trying to tell you. For example, if you constantly dream of a specific place or feel an inexplicable attraction to an activity or person, it may be that a version of you, in another reality, is trying to show you something valuable. These messages don't need to be interpreted literally. Often, they contain metaphors that your intuition is able to decipher. Meditation is another powerful tool to explore these messages in a deeper state of awareness. During meditation, focus on the sign you received and allow your intuition to guide you. Create an inner space of silence so that the answers can emerge without the interference of the analytical mind. Trusting your intuition. Your intuition plays a crucial role in this process. Sometimes the message won't make sense immediately, but your intuition may offer insights that transcend logic. Trust your inner voice and the feeling that accompanies these experiences. If something resonates deeply or feels right, even without explanation, it's likely that you are on the right path. To strengthen this trust, practice small acts of following your intuition in daily life. It might be something simple like choosing an alternate route home or dedicating time to an activity you feel an inner call to explore. These small actions help build the connection to your inner wisdom, making it easier to interpret more complex messages in the future. Integrating the learnings into your life. After interpreting the signs you've received, it's time to put them into practice. Remember, integration doesn't have to happen immediately. It's a gradual process. As you become more aware of the adjustments needed, small changes in your routine, mindset, or habits can create significant transformations. Think of it as a constant process of alignment with your best version. Every choice you make in alignment with these messages strengthens your connection with the universe and expands your ability to manifest the reality you desire. Ultimately, these signs are invitations to grow, evolve, and awaken to a field of infinite possibilities. What seemed like just another dream or coincidence may actually be an essential piece of the puzzle in your journey of self-discovery. Being open to the new. An inner transformation journey. Applying the messages received from a parallel version of yourself means allowing yourself to explore new ways of acting, thinking, and feeling. This practice requires courage and openness to embrace the unknown. Imagine that a version of you in a parallel reality has already overcome challenges similar to the ones you're facing now. If this version is guiding you to follow a specific path, how could you adapt this advice to your current life? For example, that strong intuition to change careers may be much more than a fleeting desire. Perhaps it's a clear message, a nudge from a version of you that has already walked this path and found a deep alignment with their greater purpose. Yes, it may seem daunting, but true transformation often arises from the initial discomfort. It's at this moment that you begin to build a life more aligned with who you truly are. Exploring new talents. An invitation for personal growth. Another way to recognize these messages may arise as a persistent desire to explore a hobby or develop a new skill. Think of a passion that has always been on the sidelines of your life, waiting for your attention. Perhaps this feeling is more than mere curiosity. It could be a connection to a version of you who already masters this skill and experiences great joy and fulfillment through it. When you follow this guidance, you not only discover new abilities, but also strengthen the bond with that version of yourself. It's like accessing a library of experiences lived by other versions of you, tapping into the best they have to offer. This process can become a springboard to broaden your perspectives and enrich your personal journey. The impact of small changes on aligning with your ideal. Self-integrating these messages into your life is a powerful opportunity for transformation. Each small adjustment, every decision made based on these insights, represents a step toward your ideal version. This version of you already exists in another reality, waiting to be accessed. The secret is tuning into it energetically and bringing that wisdom into the here and now. By applying these lessons in your daily life, you begin to realize that this connection is, in fact, a path to self-awareness and spiritual evolution. The simple act of making more conscious decisions, aligned with these messages, can create a profound impact on your journey. Small changes lead to significant results when guided by intuition and the wisdom of your parallel versions. Expanding your awareness beyond what seems possible. Each new understanding you acquire, every behavior change you implement, every choice, guided by this connection with parallel versions of yourself, pushes you to a higher level of existence. This alignment not only accelerates your growth but also expands your perception of what's possible. You begin to realize that your current reality is just one among many, and you have the power to choose the version you wish to live. All of this is determined by the frequencies you emit, your thoughts, feelings, and actions, and by the choices you make daily. It's a transformative process that reveals your ability to shape your life according to your higher purpose, discovering your essence and connecting with the universe. With each step in this journey, new doors open. Every aligned decision reveals more about who you truly are, helping you access deeper layers of your essence. By connecting with these parallel versions, you not only create a fuller and more meaningful life but also deepen your connection with the whole. This union with the universe, where all versions of you coexist in perfect harmony, shows that we are much more than our limited perceptions. By integrating these messages, you not only shape your reality, but also evolve as a complete being. It's like opening a door to infinite possibilities for growth, love, and fulfillment. Becoming a catalyst for your own evolution. Each message received, each sign interpreted, each decision made from this guidance becomes a catalyst. You transform into a co-creator of your reality, someone who reflects their true essence in all dimensions. This journey is not only about external changes, but about a deep internal alignment. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to embark on this path with me. Like this video and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring topics that can transform your life. Share this content with anyone you believe could benefit from this reflection. And of course, leave your comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences, insights, and thoughts on this fascinating topic. Let's grow together and explore the infinite possibilities the universe has to offer. Thank you again for watching and for being here with me. Take care and see you soon.